Next up.
If you do the right thing, Jacob, you can make Angie drink the entire bottle.
Well, if he figures it out and starts taking advantage, I'll probably be done with it. Next up, at UFC 310, we got Anthony Smith taking on Dominick Reyes in the featured prelim of the evening. Anthony Smith, 37-20 in his career. 2-3 in his last 5 years, alternating wins and losses. Taking on Dominick Reyes, 13-4 in his career. 1-4 in his last 5 years, coming off the first win in 5 years. And I will let that settle in. Dominick Reyes is coming off of his first win in 5 years. And yet, he was a minus 330 favorite against a pretty active former title challenger himself. Anthony Smith is at the tail end of his career, also working towards a desk job. But he's a good striker. He's got good hands, solid kicks. We also know he's got good jiu-jitsu. He's got submissions over several high-ranked fighters. He's incredibly tough, arguably too tough for his own good. And because he has taken some beatings in his career is going to be shorter than most. He can still be competitive. He just had a competitive fight a little while ago. He's coming off that short notice loss to Roman Dolidze, taking on Dominick Reyes. As I mentioned, first win in 5 years, but before that wild losing skid, he was a former title challenger. A lot of people think he beat John Jones. Even Dana White thinks he beat John Jones. But since that title loss, he's been knocked out several times. He is big. He's long. He's primarily a striker. Okay power, clean technique. He's got 2 takedowns in the UFC with a very low 28% takedown accuracy, but the takedown defense is solid at 80%. He just beat Dustin Jacoby, and now the whole world thinks he's back, and he's worth this price point. And Anthony Smith sucks. Anthony Smith is washed. Blah, 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 blah. I understand that Dominick Reyes is very big, and Anthony Smith is just a shell of who he once was and is literally arguing with fighters inside of a cage saying crazy things. I understand all of that. But I still think Anthony Smith can pull this off. Anthony Smith has been active. Anthony Smith is a pretty durable guy. I don't see Anthony Smith getting slept with one random punch in 30 seconds like Dominick Reyes just did in his last fight. Dominick Reyes is also very chinny himself. Pretending he's not chinny is kind of a crazy thing to do. This is a perfect matchup. This matchup makes a lot of sense. 2 older guys at the tail end of their career. One of them has 1 win in 5 years. The other one working towards a desk job. I'm going to pick Anthony Smith because he has been more active. He has more high-level experience. Anthony Smith has better wins than Dominick Reyes does. But again, not all picks are the same. I am not picking Anthony Smith with any level of meaningful confidence. Somebody had the nuts to post in a Reddit forum somewhere. I really like Angelo. He's a ton of fun. I love his hard work, but I can't believe he picked Anthony Smith with high confidence. That was literally the comment. When I have given this exact speech, I have ranted and raved for over 10 minutes talking about I'm not confident in this pick. So for Christ's sake, listen to the damn words. Anthony Smith is the pick with insanely low confidence. If it's on a 50%, 49%, 51%. Anthony Smith is going to be the pick. I think the insane love for Dominick Reyes is a bit wild. What do you think, Jakey Boombalats?
I believe that... Man, I'm losing my fucking mind, dude. I'm losing my fucking mind over here trying to figure this shit out. I don't know what the fuck is happening, what I'm supposed to do.
Nothing. Just be normal.
I need a fucking...
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Jacob is normal. Whoa. Why don't you go ahead and break this down?
Yeah, so, these are 2 great fighters, right? I mean, tough guys, been around the game. Obviously, Anthony Smith, his resume speaks for itself. He's beat some guys, lost some guys, but he's always in there, right? He's the nickname Lionheart for a reason. Dominick Reyes, everyone knows, went toe-to-toe with the greatest of all time, John Jones, in that memorable light heavyweight matchup years ago. A lot of people thought that he won that fight. Hard telling, but John Jones is known as the GOAT up until this point where Tom Aspinall is probably going to smoke him, but that's besides the point. I think that Dominick Reyes should win this fight. He should have the striking. If he brings in his former game plans into this matchup, I think he should have all the success in the world. What I do worry about is, if you watch that last fight versus Dustin Jacoby, he seemed a little uncomfortable to me. And I know that he was able to find that shot that hurt Jacoby and then land follow-up shots to win that fight. But he was getting pressure. He was against the fence, and he just kind of was winging shit against the fence. He didn't look real comfortable to me. So if you're trusting a guy like Dominick Reyes, minus 300, minus 350 at this point, whatever the odds end up being, more power to you. I can't do it. I'm not going to do it. I think he should win the fight.
No, I'm kidding. Okay, awkward pause is not part of the drinking game. $7,100 in DraftKings Fantasy versus $9,100. The problem with this pricing is anything can happen. Literally anything can happen.
So I like Dominick Reyes.
Stupid fuck. Anything can happen. Anthony Smith could squeak out a decision. He could also get smoked. Dominick Reyes could get smoked, as we've seen many times before. I'm not going to touch it with DraftKings Fantasy. I am going to be rooting for Anthony Smith just for a big fuck you idiots for everybody that lost their minds over a low confidence pick, because people don't have general understandings about scale and confidence levels. Everybody treats all things equal, and it makes no damn sense. If you do want to unlock all the picks, the bets, the tools, the round line leans, and more, that might be it. No, I'm not going to say any more. Unlock everything. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's freaking $10 for an entire month, and if we haven't proven the value yet, I don't know what will. $4.99 super chat from Mike Ox.
Mom, we're out of bananas.
Mall. Is Ginger Boy going live Saturday? Also, Ginger Boy, your predictions on Kopylov versus Curtis. And if you're going to that card, be ready to catch Chris's head. You see this comment? There's a question to you. Two questions to you.
Are you going live on Saturday? Probably not. Also, and I don't know who he's talking to after that.
Well, you answered the first question. That was also addressed to Ginger Boy. So I think you used the context clues correctly. Figured it out. Are you a ginger?
Nope.
Okay. Can we move on now? No, that's not it either.
Are you like honey dicking me about this thing or something?
I sure am. And if you want some honey dick money, go to WeWantPicks.com/bet. Sign up with any one of our partners using our link. Make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you. You got to use the link. That's how affiliate marketing works. Then you got to make an account, make a deposit. We then verify that you used our link and made that deposit, and we send you $50 as a thank you. They're going to pay us, so then we are going to pay you. You can then use that money to unlock premium membership. We have 18 units on the board just between these two cards, between UFC 310 and UFC Tampa. 18 units as of right now. There are obviously more bets coming. It is still very early in the week, so you can unlock those on premium membership. You can take a look at the last 5 pay-per-views that Big Ange absolutely smoked with a 37% ROI. What?
It's not even a real thing.
Okay. You can unlock the data.
Drinking game is not even a real thing. That's invented. You're fucking with me thinking that there's a game that you're playing, but the game doesn't exist. And the chat can't spoil it because there is nothing to spoil. They don't know because you made it up in that moment, saying, oh, we've been talking about it for weeks. There's a drinking game. Because there was no, you were not going to incorporate a game until I started making you swim, and then you came up with it on the spot.
And I just randomly had this and a shot glass. Just randomly had it. Just randomly.
I got it. I know I got it.
Okay.
I know I got it.
You can
got his ass.
You can unlock all of the picks, the bets, and the tools. One of those tools is the data analyzer. There is no tool more valuable, more informative, and more important going into a break than the data analyzer, because that is preloaded well into 2025. All of those fights, all those fight cards. If you're here and not a casual, and you're trying to beat those lines and get ahead of the curve, get ahead of the research,
Dan.
this tool is going to do it. No.